This is your sports TV station in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
Welcome to another boys varsity basketball game on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools. I'm Rob Politsky, joined by former coach Bob Raskich. As tonight, an independent game, the Lorain Titans, undefeated 12-0, go on the road to take on the Medina Battling Bees, who come in at 5-4, 0-3 in the very tough Northeast Ohio Conference. And Bob, Medina 0-3 in league play, but they're coming off an overtime loss Friday night right here to Shaker Heights, a game which they led in the final minute by 4.
Right.
And I think everybody knows how good Shaker Heights is.
Right.
This team is better than their record.
Right. Shaker obviously has one of the two best players in the area, and they were ranked fourth in Northeastern Ohio. And again, Medina took them into overtime. I've seen, Rob, 6'10", I've seen 6'11". Now, this is at the high school level over a 40-year period. In fact, 6'10" and 6'11 were on the same team back in the 80s, Cleveland St. Joe's. I've never seen a 7-footer. He's listed at 7. I hear it's legit. His name is Teskey. He's a Michigan, I guess, a verbal at this point.
Yep.
He's a good player. He's just a junior, and, stopping him is one of the keys. And I think we have to do two things with him. Number one, you have to check him off the glass. He's 7 feet tall. You don't want him to get stickbacks. You have to get a body on him on every shot. Then when he's in the post, posting up, you can't play behind him. You can't dead front him. You got to play him to the side, get a hand in the passing angle, and the guards have to either put a tremendous amount of heat on the perimeter, the passer, or play cat and mouse between him and their player and go down and double him every time. I mean, I just think that's a key against somebody with this great size. But the other key to the game, I think, is we've got to wear down their guards. Now, just watching the JV game, and again, they were JV players. Their guard play was very good. It was very organized. We have to wear down their guards. If you wear down their guards, force turnovers, score off those turnovers, you take the big guy out of the equation because he's not going to recover to play defense. You have to look, I think Lorain can tonight, in that we've got superior athleticism and speed. We have to look to run in transition. Again, we can beat him down the floor. So if I think we wear out their guards, pop the score, and then play smart against him, check him out when he gets the ball in the post, maybe double down, I think we're going to have success.
To me, the key to the game is the pressure, and don't let Medina get in a half-court offense.
Oh, right.
If they can't handle Lorain's press, they're done. So that'll be the interesting thing to me, is if Lorain's press is able to clamp it on and do what they normally do.
You're absolutely right, Rob. This can't be a walk it up the floor half-court game.
So we'll have the opening tip. It's the undefeated Lorain Titans traveling to Medina to take on the Battling Bees. We'll have the tip-off next. You're watching Lorain Boys Varsity Basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
Hey Luda, got a sec?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm really worried. One of my friends is living on the street.
I know someone who can help.
Who?
1-800-RUNAWAY.org. They help kids having a rough time at home, in school, or on the street. You can do a live chat on their site. They will help get her to safety.
Thanks, Ludacris.
Trust the National Runaway Switchboard. If you're having a hard time, get online or call to chat now.
Ian Ralston was a combat medic who was injured in Iraq. When I met Ian, I knew we had to help him get his housing grant, an auto grant, and every benefit to live as normal a life as possible. And we did.
PVA has helped hundreds of thousands of veterans get the care and benefits they've earned.
My name is Jason Stevenson, and I work for Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Paralyzed Veterans of America, changing lives, building futures.
Medina in the white uniforms, white jerseys, white shorts, trimmed in green. Lorain in the road blue, trimmed in gray. John Teskey, the 7-foot verbal commit to Michigan, jumping with Rashad Berry. Rashad, let's Teskey take that. Our starting five: Ben Geschke, Evan Schreck, Zach Bennett, John Teskey, Tyler King for Medina. That's the sophomore guard quickly going home. Rashad Berry says, get it out of here. For Lorain, their familiar five: Eddie Williamson, Davier, and Devon Andrews, Rashad Berry, and Naz Bohannon.
Nice little play there.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Evan Schreck with the basketball. Ball is intercepted, stolen away by Devon Andrews. He's going to go up and slam it home. Devon Andrews, first 2 points of the game.
Here's the key right here. Can they handle heat?
I agree. And they use Teskey in the backcourt to help bring it up. Pretty smart. They get it to Teskey. The big 7-footer will get it ahead to Schreck. Schreck inside, throws it over, tried to throw it over Andrews. He blocked it. Got it to Eddie Williamson. Lorain on the run. They've got 2 blocks already. Williamson stops and pops a 15-footer short. Naz Bohannon with a rebound. Back up, no good. Rebound, Devon Andrews. Put it up and in. And we've got a quick timeout for Medina. Well, 2 shots, 2 blocks, and the big problem for Medina, in my opinion, early on, did you see the way Lorain hit those offensive boards? As we take a look at the Lorain bench in front of John Rossitano, Mitch Gillum Jr., and Coach Pagan talking with their team, but I think that's what Medina's got to be worried about.
Oh, there's no question about that. And then, of course, what we said in the pregame, Rob, can they handle heat? And you noticed it right away. They use the big guy to relieve pressure. He's standing right at the foul line right now. If they struggle, they throw it up. Obviously, they throw it into a place where only he can get it.
They bounce it to Teskey, and he'll break the press, getting it into the front court. 15-foot jumper off the glass and in. Zach Bennett. Medina's within 2 at 4-2. Here come the Titans.
Well, they're packing a zone in. They don't believe Lorain can shoot it.
And wait till they see Jamar Ross, who's made 15 threes off the bench. Lorain shooting 35% on 3-point field goals. They can shoot from the outside, but you got to pick your poison if you're the opponent.
Everybody has a foot in the paint.
Devon Andrews will drive over Teskey off the glass and in. Took it right to the 7-footer.
Yeah, he took it right into his body. That's what you have to do. You have to take it right into his body. Well done.
Teskey in the backcourt with a nice bounce pass to Tyler King, but they still can't get it across the timeline. Now a long lob, but they will do so. They try to get it to Teskey, who was running the lane, throw it away. Davier Andrews out to Rashad Berry. Berry's going to drive in, put it up, blocked by Teskey, foul on Teskey. So Rashad Berry will go to the line. Let's shoot 2. Rashad Berry, 45% at the line, 9.8 a game, 5 rebounds a game, and as a team, Lorain 61%. First free throw right there.
And some of the best high school dunks I've seen.
Yes. Luke Schaefer comes in from Medina. Luke Schaefer off the bench, a sophomore at 6.5 a game. Rashad Berry again, good again. Didn't look like a 45%er on those 2. Again, the press. And Bob, you and I both felt before the game, this is the key.
Right here is the key.
Tyler King got away, or he was out of bounds, didn't get away with it.
There you go.
2 minutes into the game, Lorain leads at 8-2. Eddie Williamson with the basketball.
Boy, do they have that zone packed in.
Yes, they do. Davier Andrews, he can shoot from the outside, too. He's made 11 threes this year. Out to Bohannon, he'll jack a jumper and miss it. And a rebound falls in the hands of Evan Schreck.
That's it.
Schreck had it stolen away by Devon Andrews, and he scored. So they get a turnover after a miss. That lob is going to be intercepted by Williamson, poked it out to Rashad Berry. Got it to Bohannon, back to Rashad Berry, around the perimeter.
That's it.
Davier Andrews, an open 3, and he hits it.
Well done. That's the way to reverse the basketball.
And Lorain leads 13-2. We've played 2.5 minutes. A great start for the Titans, and this is exactly what Medina didn't want. They get it to Luke Schaefer into the front court. Luke Schaefer then with a bounce pass to King. Triple team, got it up. No, but he's fouled. Wow,
on that last possession, Lorain High, I mean, that's just one of the keys. Reverse the basketball, force that zone to shift and recover. Davier hit the 3.
Foul on Devon Andrews, his first, team's first. Anthony Summers, who's been playing well of late, will check in at the next opportunity. Tyler King, first to 2 free throw, tosses up and in. Tyler, 45% on the year at the line. As a team, Medina shooting 59%. Smothers in, Berry comes out. Smothers off the bench, Bob, 6.9 a game, 4.5 rebounds for a 6'7" junior off the bench.
Yeah, had 12 in that last game against Warrensville. That was the best I have seen him play.
13-4, Lorain leads by 9. We haven't played 3 minutes. Naz Bohannon to Davier Andrews. Back to Bohannon, playing with that mask after he was hurt against the North Olmsted ball club in that win at North Olmsted. Javier Andrews dials up another three. That time he misses, and the rebound to Zach Bennett of Medina. Gets it to Teskey. We haven't seen Teskey in the offensive front court get the ball, I don't believe.
Well, I know what they want to do.
They throw it away. They don't want to do that.
They run a 4 out, and they put him in the post and isolate him by himself. And what they're trying to do is take away any help. I noticed that a little bit in the one possession. I know exactly what they're going to do. Again, they're going to, and that's good strategy.
Geschke comes back in, and going to the bench is Evan Schreck. Schreck's older brother was a quarterback on the football team, and he's at the University of Buffalo now, playing for the Buffalo Bulls. In the corner now is Bohannon with it out to Eddie Williamson. Williamson will dial up a three, in and out. Teskey had the rebound. We're going to get a foul on Naz Bohannon. Shane Smith in for the Reign. Bohannon's foul, his first, team second. Inbound to Geschke. Cross court, they get it ahead, break the press once again. Baseline right, 10-foot jumper is up and in by Tyler King. Of late, Medina's doing a better job breaking the press, Bob, and they're doing the same thing every time. That cross-court pass here, and then they go into the front court. You'd think maybe Lorain will make an adjustment and be able to intercept that pass. Shane Smith from three. That's off the rim, no good. Smothers with a rebound.
Powered up.
Got it up, missed it. Tap back by Bohannon, no good. And Tyler King comes down with it from Medina. Might have got away with a walk. Ahead to Geschke in the corner. Schaefer had it, lost control. Bohannon with the steal. Got it ahead to Javier Andrews. He'll scoop and miss it. Rebound, Shane Smith.
Oh,
nice pass to Summers. He's fouled. Lorain's killing him on the offensive boards, Bob.
Yeah, is that on Teskey?
I'm not sure. Foul on Geschke, first, team second. Anthony Summers at the line, 58% on the year, and he hits that one.
Well, you know, the best offense for Lorain High in the half court just might be what you suggested. I mean, they've got that zone packed in there, and he seems to really penetrate and you know, throw it up there, go get it, and try to stick it back in. That's why it's important for us to score in other ways. Off of our defense, steals, turnovers, and in transition.
Schreck will drive in. It's blocked out of there by Smothers. That's at least 3 blocks in the corner. Out to Shane Smith, he traveled.
That's a travel.
Titans lead 14-6, 3:16 to go in the first quarter, and they keep bringing them in waves. Rashad Berry back in, Devon Andrews back in, and in for the first time, Jamar Ross. And Ross off the bench this year, the 5'9" junior is averaging 5 points a game, and Bob, he's made 15 three-point field goals, shooting 42% behind the arc.
Well,
I call him a zone breaker.
It's a good game for that because
right
in the half court, that's it, man. They are not giving you anything.
Teskey gets the ball. He gets double-teamed immediately. In trouble, kicks it out. 3-ball on the way. It's no good. Devon Andrews went for the rebound, lost it. Loose on the floor, and it comes down to Kevin Davis for Lorain. Gets it ahead to Devon Andrews. Right at Teskey. Threw it up. No call. Tapped it back up and in.
Devon again. Took it right into the body of Teskey.
Into the game for Medina for the first time, Delonte Morrow, 5'8" senior. He went hard to the deck but got up. Schreck on a drive. Schreck drives in. No, but he's going to be fouled. And if it's Devon Andrews, that's his second.
Lorain foul by Devon Andrews is his second.
So Devon with his second, team's third. And with a 10-point lead, 2.5 minutes to go in the quarter, I would think Devon's going to sit for a while.
Yeah, Naz is at the scorer's table ready to come in for Devon.
Schreck scores his first point. Devon out, in is Bohannon. Devon Andrews dominating offensively, 10 points in the first quarter. Coach Pagan will talk to him. Schreck made both of them. 70% free throw shooter, was 14 out of 20 on the year. Strokes them both right there. Rashad Berry, baseline left. Rashad out to Kevin Davis, who climbed the ladder to get it. He'll take a three and hit it. Kevin Davis, nobody around him. Another timeout for Medina.
All right. I mean, so far, so good, Rob, against that zone. I mean, they're forcing us to shoot it from the perimeter, and and we're shooting okay.
2:19 to go in the first quarter. Lorain leads at 19-8. You take a look at John Rossitano and the Lorain staff around the team. They've got to be pleased with the start, I would think, Bob.
No doubt about it. And down here at the other end, we talked about, well, how do you deal with the 7-footer? You notice that one time the ball did go inside to him. We doubled. I mean, I think that's a great strategy. And then we're doing a nice job.
Put the ball on the floor.
Right. Take him out of his comfort zone. Dig it out when he brings it down. And then, just a nice job defensively thus far.
On the inbound, Medina has it. They get it to Tyler King. He traveled but got away with it. King traveled. He'll kick it outside. Schreck for 3. Put it up. That's in and out. Rebound, Naz Bohannon. To Kevin Davis ahead to Shane Smith. Smith on the run. They're into the front court. Out to Kevin Davis. Cross court, Jamar Ross. Now they're going man-to-man.
Yeah.
Kevin Davis.
I don't think we recognize it yet.
Out to Jamar Ross. Gets a screen. He'll take the 3 and miss it. Rebound, Tyler King. King from Medina gets it ahead to Geschke. Geschke in the corner. Evan Schreck on the drive. Puts it up over Rashad Berry. He hit it.
Well, Schreck, nice job there of not taking the dribble one dribble too far.
Yeah,
one
more and he gets blocked.
That's right.
Yeah, good call there. Shane Smith, right elbow jumper. Maybe a little quick for that shot. Missed it. And the rebound falls to the hands of Zach Bennett of Medina. Bennett all the way to the basket. He's going to scoop it up and score. Okay. Zach Bennett coast to coast.
Yeah, well, we saw that happen against Lorain High in the last game we did against Warrensville. We've got to stop the basketball.
19-12 Titans. So Medina making a little bit of a run with Devon Andrews on the bench with 2 fouls. Rashad Berry, a baseline jumper right there. Rashad Berry with 4. And the Titans lead by 9 with a minute to go in the first quarter. In the backcourt, Geschke double team.
That's it.
They break the press this time. Back to Geschke. Geschke in the corner. 3-ball wide open, and missing that one is Zach Bennett. And again, one and done for Medina. Here comes Shane Smith into the front court. Pass for a Bohannon. Bennett went for the steal, out of bounds to who? I don't think either official saw it.
I think it's going to go Medina.
It is.
Well, having not seen Teschke before, he doesn't go to the offensive glass the way he should. He's 7 feet tall, man.
Devon Andrews back in with 2 fouls on the defensive end, 40 seconds to go in the quarter. And you're up by 9.
Teschke out of the game.
He'll get a breather at the end of the quarter. Good call on that, Bob. Evan Schreck with it. Schreck into the paint. Schreck will put it up off the glass and in.
Schreck can score. Again, we've got to stop dribble penetration.
The basket is good. Medina foul by Jimmy Clark is his first. 3rd on the team.
So the basket's good. Foul on Jimmy Clark of Medina. And it'll be Lorain basketball.
25 seconds, Rob.
25 seconds in the quarter, and let's see, it looks like they're going to dribble and go for one shot. Eddie Williamson standing right at the edge of the center circle. 12 seconds. Tyler King comes up on him defensively. Screened by Bohannon. Eddie Williamson has it on the drive, kicks it out to Jamar Ross, threw it away. 5.3 seconds to go in the quarter.
Pick up, fellas, pick up.
A little surprised that the big guy doesn't come in here offensively here.
I would have thought so.
Teschke. But he really hasn't been a threat offensively. They get it to Geschke. Geschke across the timeline. Geschke spins. He'll get it off and around the rim, no good. After 1 hour score, it's Lorain 21, Medina 14. We'll be back with the second quarter after this timeout. You're watching boys varsity basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
Why do you let car dealers treat you like you're stupid? Just because you've had credit problems doesn't mean you're stupid. Credit Max Auto treats you with dignity and respect. We have a great selection of cars with fast, easy financing and payments you can afford. Check us out at creditmaxauto.com.
Listen to me. I have 30 seconds.
What did you know about me?
About being a kid with a disability.
I am a joker.
I am a songwriter. And I'm into me. I am a girl who likes math and science. I am going to be manipulated.
Hey, I'm speaking up.
And I am not.
And I am not.
And I am not going to be bullied. Got it?
And welcome back. Start of the second quarter, 21-14, Lorain by 7 with the ball, Bob. Pretty good first quarter, but when Devon Andrews went out with 2 fouls, Medina got back in the game.
Yeah, Medina survived, weathered the storm there. I mean, we were up 13-2, 13-4, and, they've made it a 7-point game at this point, and they appear to be fairly comfortable.
Right or wrong, sometimes I look at it and equate it to a boxing match, whether it's basketball or football or whatever, and to me, Medina took that standing 8 count.
Right.
Devon Andrews with the rebound, put it up and in.
Nice tip.
Tell you what, if Medina can't rebound, they're going to lose this one. They're going to get KO'd at some point. 23-14. There's a turnover. Here comes Davier Andrews, has it. Got it to Devon Andrews, put it up and...
Oh, offensive goaltending. I think that was going down, too.
Rashad Berry
come on.
Put it in, but it was still in the cylinder.
Rob, we talked about turnovers and full court pressure. They come in flurries.
Yep. They wear you down mentally.
They wear you down mentally, and thus far Medina's done okay against it.
Geschke comes up, pulls it up, and hits. The other thing is, it just makes it harder for you to get into your offense. I mean, even if you break the press. The original starting 5 on the floor for Lorain to begin the second quarter. Both the Andrews brothers, Bohannon, Williamson, and Berry, and we're going to get an offensive foul. Devon Andrews, that's his 3rd.
Ouch, that is not good.
He is going to be out of the game for a while.
Yeah.
6:48 to go in the half. He's going to have to leave with 3 fouls.
They have us standing right now. They played man the last couple possessions. It's a very sloughy man. It almost looks like a zone. We're not recognizing it, and we're standing. We're playing very hesitantly.
Shane Smith comes in. Inbounds pass is going to be stolen away. Bohannon with the steal. Bohannon double team, got to get rid of it. Got it to Smith, out to Williamson. Cross court pass for Davier Andrews. Davier's going to spin.
See, we're standing. We're not recognizing the situation.
Around the perimeter, Bohannon will let it fly off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound, Teske.
And settling.
Teske, the 7-footer, he can handle it, but his pass is going to get knocked away. It'll be Medina basketball. Medina right now will bring in the Delonte Morrow. So it'll be Morrow, Geschke, Teske. Also into the game, Tyler King and Luke Schaefer.
I mean, this is where Eddie has to recognize what they're doing, and I'm sure the coaching staff recognizes it defensively to us, and get the offense running, get the floor spread, get some movement, pass, cut, fill. I mean, like we've seen him do so well in the past.
3-ball up by Tyler King is no good. Rebound, Bohannon. Bohannon with it. He's going to bring it across the timeline himself. Pass ahead to Rashad Berry. Bohannon wanted it back, but Berry goes to the hole. Had a block, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. Foul on Tyler King.
Tyler King is his first, team 4th.
His first, team's 4th.
Okay, Rashad made the first 2 he had tonight.
Yes, he did. Rashad Berry line left. Put it up, and he's 3 for 3.
Yeah, and he stroked that nice little baseline jumper down there in the far dead spot. Shooting the ball well tonight.
45% on the year from the line at 13 out of 29. 3 out of 3 tonight. That already puts him up to 50%. Berry again.
That's it. Nice stroke, but I think they're going to take it away. Yes, they are. They're going to say we were in the lane too quickly. Fellas, come on now.
And coming in is Smothers. He comes in for Rashad Berry.
Okay, we're taking the full court heat off. We're going to play that little 1-3-1, look to trap after the ball crosses the 10-second line. If the closeouts are short.
Morrow with it.
Morrow there it is.
He'll get it to Geschke, to Teske. Teske got it ahead to Geschke. Teske and Geschke. Thanks. Whatever happened to Smith and Miller? On the left side, there's Smith. Shane Smith with the ball for Lorain. He'll get it to Eddie Williamson. Right back to Shane Smith.
Now we're running offense. Now we're running an offense. Much
Good
better.
Ball movement. They get Davier Andrews, went off his hand, back to Shane Smith. Smith got to get, no, he doesn't have to get rid of it. I thought he'd already dribbled. He hadn't. Gets it to Bohannon. Out to Davier Andrews. Good patience here by the Titans.
Well, they don't put any heat on you. They aren't in the passing lane, so it's relatively easy to run an offense.
Andrews got contact, put the shot up. They're going to say no shot. The foul was on the floor. So Geschke with the foul, his first, team's 5th. And it'll be Kevin Davis to come in.
Davis replaces Eddie Williamson.
Kevin Davis back in, gets the inbound. Davis looking, try to get it to Bohannon, did not, around the perimeter. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Titans by 8. Bohannon strong to the hole, up and in, his first points of the night.
The Medina coaching staff thought they took a charge on that. Pretty good argument.
I think you got to call it on somebody, don't you? Whether it's a block or a charge, but that's a tough no call. Teskey steps out for the jumper, no good. Rebound Bohannon. He'll get it ahead. Titans will push. Davier Andrews has it. Nice spin move in the lane and scored.
Well done.
Davier Andrews with 5. Steal by Shea Smith in the backcourt. Laid it up and in. Timeout Medina.
Pressure. Popping the score.
3rd timeout of the first half for the Medina Bees, and there's still 4.5 minutes to play in the half. Lorain with their biggest lead at 14 at 30-16, and it gives us a minute to tell you about our new sponsor, a relatively new sponsor to the WLCS TV 20 home, and that's our friends at Credit Max. They're over on the corner of Erie and Colorado. Give them a call at 366-3066. And I've known Jim Smith and Stan Hines for a while. They've had a shop in Elyria for 5 years, and what they realized is they weren't getting Lorain customers, or as many Lorain customers as they wanted to. So in the fall of 2014, they found a shop in Lorain, bought it, and now they have brought their second dealership to the Lorain area. They're on Erie, Colorado. If you're looking for a good used car, you need transportation to get to and from work, go see our friends at Credit Max, corner of Erie and Colorado in Lorain. 366-3066. Good start for the Titans, Bob. Up by 14.
Yeah,
the impressive thing is they've done it with Devon Andrews in foul trouble throughout the game.
Right. Well, what just happened here in the last minute was what we were talking about a couple of minutes ago. You know, turnovers come in clumps and bunches in a flurry.
In the backcourt, Medina's able to break the press. They get it to Tyler King. King back outside to Zach Bennett, to Delonte Morrow. Morrow on the three-point line.
You contain the basketball when it's at the top. That's a key. There you go.
Double teamed, and we're going to get it knocked away, and Medina will keep it to inbounds with 4:06 to go in the half. Inbound to Zach Bennett. Bennett stops top of the circle. Back outside to Tyler King. Kevin Davis has him man-to-man. Looking for Teskey. He's guarded by Bohannon. Hand off to Bennett. Medina can't do anything of yet on this possession. Bennett got it out to Delonte Morrow. One dribble. Pass is going to be intercepted. Kevin Davis. Great defense by the Titans.
Yeah,
Kevin Davis lays it up and scores.
It was great containment defense down at the other end.
And the Titans have doubled up the Bees 32-16. Tyler King with it. King bounce pass to Schreck. Schreck inside. We're going to get a whistle and a foul on the Titans.
It's going to be on Kevin Davis, I'm sure.
Yep.
Davis is his first, team 5th.
His first, team's 5th. And Jamar Ross back in for Lorain. Neither team in the bonus. Each team with 5 team fouls. The problem is Devon Andrews has 3 of them for Lorain.
Okay, watch this little pick for Schreck, how they didn't do it.
Get it into Teskey. Teskey gets it to Zach Bennett, scoops and scores.
Good up and under.
Zach Bennett has 8 points. 32-18. Kevin Davis to Shane Smith, over to Jamar Ross. Around the perimeter. There's Ross. He won't take it. Goes to Smith. Smith's going to drive. Bounce it into Summers. Smothers had a traveling. Not sure if that was on Smothers or Smith, but a travel before Teskey blocked it.
Five.
Yep, there it is. They agree with you.
Pressure.
So 5-second call, another turnover.
You know, thus far, I mean, we've had some success. They haven't paid, made us pay for pressing.
Boy, and Devon Andrews comes back into the game with 3 fouls. No, I'm sorry, that's Davier Andrews. I'm sorry. Had the wrong Andrews. Jamar Ross with it. Over to Davier Andrews. Back to Kevin Davis. Left side, Davier to Jamar Ross for 3. Missed it. Anthony
nice
Summers went for the rebound, got it, put it up, no. Tipped up by Bohannon, no. Tipped up by Bohannon, no, and a foul. And there go the Titans hitting the boards again.
Anthony and Nas on the glass. Well done.
You know, they're much taller than Medina. Take the 7-footer out of it.
Yeah,
the rest of them, they're much taller than. But again, with Medina playing a zone, I know we've made this point a couple times, but I think it's hard for them to try to rebound out of that. And then you got the height advantage, too.
Well, we're so much quicker, too.
Right.
And we get off the floor so much better. I mean, other than the 7-footer, their starters, you know, were 5'9", 6'1", 6'3", and 6'1", and I don't think Shrek is 6'3".
And I don't know if Teskey has a rebound, the 7-footer. I mean,
I know he doesn't have a basket. I think he's only taken one shot.
Well, he has just not been in the game. Bohannon makes both free throws. 34-18.
He's just a little 1-3-1. I mean, they did a nice job of making the long diagonal pass and got a layup against this last time. There it is again.
Teskey down to Shrek. Nice pass by the big guy. Got to Shrek and he scored.
Let's get out of that defense.
Shrek with 6. Jamar Ross. Back out to Kevin Davis. Around the perimeter, Davier Andrews. Back to Jamar Ross. They work it in the corner. Bohannon's going to go right at Teskey. Teskey blocked it. And Bohannon not intimidated at all by the big guy, went right at him.
Nope, go right into his body.
Shrek back outside. The Bees get the basketball to Tyler King. King out to Shrek. Shrek a long 3, that's good. Wow. Shrek with 9. That one was from Mallet Creek, I think. Those of you here in Medina know where that is. A little west of here.
Well,
threw a little geography into you there. Jamar Ross.
Oh, that was big. That was big because you just kind of felt Medina was getting into it. Big basket. We're back up by 14.
37-23. All right, maybe it wasn't Mallet Creek. Maybe it was from Abbeville. With the basketball, Tyler King. King on the three-point line. Got it to Teskey around the perimeter.
See, they've got 4 on the perimeter. I mean, Teskey's just not posting up strong.
Shrek up, and I'll tell you what.
Shrek can play.
Yeah.
Shrek can play.
He's got 11, and that's his season average, 11 points a game. That's where he's at right now with a little more than a minute to go and a half. Titans lead by 12. And they've done it with Devon Andrews sitting on the bench for most of the half with 3 fouls. In the corner, Bohannon. Bohannon got it to Kevin Davis. Davis into the paint. Davis scoops it over to Summers. Summers with a baseline jumper, no good. Rebound, Tyler King. Out to Shrek. Here come the Bees. Shrek on the drive. Shrek's going to feels it, put it up, no good. Teskey with the rebound, no good. Rebound, Shrek back up, no. Rebound, Summers.
Wow, dodged a bullet.
Kevin Davis back to Summers and to slam it, and he missed it. Davier Andrews.
Rebound almost hit the roof.
30 seconds to go in the half, and John Rossitano says 1 shot.
I have not seen a ricochet off the back of the rim go quite that high.
I don't know if I've seen a missed dunk at that many oohs and ahs out of a crowd. Even Joe Bach is speechless here. Davier Andrews.
Down to 9 seconds.
Yes. Davier Andrews gets a screen from Bohannon. In the corner, Jamar Ross for 3, he missed it. Rebound, comes down to Luke Schaefer, gets it ahead to Zach Bennett, can't get off the shot. We have played 2 quarters of basketball. Our score, your Lorain Titans 37, the Medina Bees 25. We'll be back with the start of the second half right after this timeout. You're watching the WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
Sergeant Michelle Garcia served meritoriously in Iraq and has the medals to prove it. Soon after leaving the Navy, Lieutenant Chris Scott found a job, a home, and started a family of his own. Corpsman Richard Stokely took the skills he learned in Vietnam and put them to good use as a paramedic. But soon after leaving the military, each of these veterans fell on hard times and faced homelessness. Even after Michelle lost all her savings, even after Chris wasn't able to pay his mortgage, and even after Richard battled alcoholism for years, they each reached out for help when they needed it most. A simple phone call put them in touch with a trained professional from the Department of Veterans Affairs. That call got Michelle a place to stay until she could afford one of her own, put Chris in touch with employment assistance, and found Richard a substance abuse program. These veterans are success stories not only for how they were able to help others while serving their country, but for how they were able to let others help them. If you know of or are a veteran in need, make the call.
Have you ever bought a car and then realized you couldn't afford it? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting something different. Don't be insane. At Credit Max Auto, you can get a really great car with a payment you can't afford. Visit us at creditmaxauto.com.
Start of the third quarter, Lorain leads 37-25. They outscored Medina 21-14 in the first quarter, 16-11 in the second quarter to go up 37-25 quickly. Davier Andrews with 5, Devon Andrews 12, Rashad Berry 5, Naz Bohannon 4, 26 points from the starting 5. Eddie Williamson started, didn't score. Kevin Davis with 5, Jamar Ross 3, Shane Smith 2, Anthony Summers with 1, 11 off the bench for the Titans. Inside, they get it to Teskey, and he slams it. Well, we know what Medina talked about at halftime.
Well, they set a little pick for him on the weak side. He came off the block, good cut. We didn't defend it.
That's his first two of the game.
Nice little drop step.
Rashad Berry goes right at him, and he gets a block. Well, somebody talked to Teskey at halftime. They get it ahead, driving in, scooping, no, but being fouled.
Ouch.
Is Zach Bennett. Quickly looking at the points for Medina. Geschke with 2. Evan Schreck had 11, Zach Bennett 8, Tyler King 4. And again, John Teskey, the 7-foot junior going to Michigan, did not score in the first half. That foul on Bohannon, his second. Free throw up and in. Zach Bennett with 9. 6'1 senior, 65% on the year from the line.
Rob, I'll tell you what a key is. I mean, they're sneaking back in the game. It could be 8. Devon's got to stay out of foul trouble.
Agreed.
I mean, that's the key from here on out.
Devon Andrews on the floor with 3 fouls. I agree with you. I mean, he scored a dozen points. They couldn't stop him. He stopped himself with 3 fouls, Bob. I mean, they couldn't, because he wasn't on the floor that long. Williamson gets it to Devon Andrews. He's been a man among boys tonight. Gets it in the corner to Rashad Berry.
Nice.
Back to Devon Andrews, trying to spin around Teskey. Does. Oh! Off the glass, and he scored.
The third time Devon has attacked Teskey and won. Well done.
In the backcourt, Teskey breaks the press. They get it to Tyler King. Tries to go over Rashad Berry. Missed the shot. Rebound, Bohannon. Gets it ahead to Devon Andrews. Over to his brother Davier. Right back to Devon. Davier got it now. It's poked away. It's stolen.
Come on now. Pass the ball.
Teskey with a nice outlet pass, and scooping and scoring is Bennett. I'll tell you what, John Teskey has a nice touch and can pass the ball. Now Medina getting after him in the backcourt. Williamson into the front court. Eddie's going to spin, gets double teamed. Loose on the floor. Geschke got it, but he was on the end line.
Good call. Medina bench is very upset. That was a good call. Everybody in the gym could see he was on the line.
I like the intensity that Medina's come out with in the second half. If you're going to go down, you might as well go down swinging if we're going to go back to the boxing analogy.
Well, I don't know much about their coach. This is his first year.
We're going to get a 3-second call on Lorain. Well, talking to him before the game, he was on the staff last year with Anthony Stacy. He'd been with the program years ago with Jody Peters, was on his staff for years, and then went over to the girls' side for a while.
Well, I mean, he's fiery and he's intense. There's no doubt about that.
Well, Jody Peters was a very good basketball coach here for a long time.
Oh, yeah. And
he was on his staff.
And all the Peters kids could play, too.
Yep. With the basketball, Geschke puts it up. No good off the back of the rim. Rashad Berry will run down the rebound. Berry's going to drive, penetrates and scores. Rashad Berry with a basket. He's got 7. And that ball is kicked by Devon Andrews. It'll be Medina to inbound.
See, they have a pretty good offensive concept against our full court pressure. They get the ball to Teskey, and or out of the trap, they pass the ball to Teskey, and then they look opposite on the weak side. I mean, it's a very good concept. Coach Rossitano taking a TO.
Well, John has been trying to call a timeout for the last couple times down the court, getting frustrated because they didn't see him. John takes his first timeout. It's got 4 remaining. Medina took 3 in the first half. They have 2 remaining. You got to look at John Rossitano talking with his Titans. They lead 41-31 here in the third quarter.
I think he's probably saying something about down on the offensive end, get some spacing, get some movement, and on the defensive end, get back. I mean, once they break the pressure, I mean, you got to sprint back. And it looks like they've made a couple of adjustments. They move Teskey up front. And even if you do double, it's pretty easy to pass through a 7-footer, even if you're being doubled. And he looks opposite, and they attack the basket. Pretty well done.
Coach Rossitano frustrated that the officials didn't see him calling for timeout. I mean, how do you miss John Rossitano on the sideline?
That was,
That's interesting. No call there. Ball comes to Luke Schaefer. Nice move by Schaefer, and he scored. Wow.
Nice pass fake.
At the other end, Davier Andrews with a jumper. It's no good. Rebound comes down to Schreck. Schreck, who had a good first half for Medina, with a cross-court pass for Bennett. Ahead to Geschke. Geschke got it to Teskey. Teskey put it up. No. Tipped it back up. No. That's out of bounds to Lorain. Lorain basketball. They lead by 8 with 5:13 to go in the third. But Medina, they're making it interesting in this third quarter, Bob.
Yeah, they've climbed right. You hit the nail on the head. They've come out with a lot of intensity here. I mean, they're in it. They're comfortable.
Titans led by 12 at half. They now lead by 8. Titan basketball. Bohannon with it. Cross court, Davier Andrews. Baseline right, Rashad Berry. Finds Naz Bohannon cutting the lane. Nice job moving without the ball by Bohannon.
Yeah. Cut from the weak side. Very well done. I think Medina was in like a little diamond and one, box and one defense that last time down. Only manning up on Devon Andrews, and see if they do it again.
With the basketball, Eddie Williamson. After the Bees throw it away.
They're playing a straight zone here.
Titans by 10. Davier Andrews got it out to Bohannon. Naz Bohannon at the foul line. Right side, Devon Andrews. Again, gets it to Rashad Berry, and they find the hole in the zone and hit it. Rashad Berry with 9. Schaefer into the front court to Teskey. Around the perimeter, good ball movement. Schreck for 3 in the corner, no good. Teskey went for the rebound, tips it back out. Tipped it out to Davier Andrews. Andrews is going to drive, put it up around the rim and out. Rebound Geschke for Medina. The sophomore guard into the front court. Gets it to Zach Bennett, missed the shot. Devon Andrews comes down with it. Got it to Rashad Berry, back to Devon, and he'll slam it home. Devon Andrews with 16, and even the Medina student section are high-fiving and oohing and ahhing.
Well, leads back up to 14 also.
In the corner, Schreck puts it up. The 3 ball is up and in.
Schreck can play. He can take it to the basket and pull up, shoot a little floater, and he can shoot the 3.
47-36, Lorain by 11. 3.5 minutes to go, third quarter. And the Beehive is buzzing, pardon the pun, after that slam. Devon Andrews right there, a 10-footer, puts it up and in. Devon's got the complete game.
Yeah, he does. Tonight, he does. He really does.
Got 18. And he's done what you've said. He's stayed out of foul trouble here in the third quarter. Schreck, a 3 ball off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound, Luke Schaefer says, I don't want to shoot over the big guys. Got it to Zach Bennett, who scored.
I mean, Medina keeps hanging around. It's 49-38. It's just 11.
I know. You keep thinking it's like a 15 to 18 point lead, but it isn't. Under 3 minutes to go. 49-38, as Bob said. Rob Polinsky, Bob Raskich, Joe Bach here from Medina. Bohannon got it baseline left. Rashad Berry, the 10-footer is off the rim, no good. Davier Andrews fought for the offensive rebound. Got it, and he put it up but did not score. But what an effort by Davier. Teskey gets it out to Luke Schaefer. 8-footer baseline is good.
I mean, we just have got to pick up in transition a little bit better.
Yes, he was wide open.
Yeah.
49-40, 2:20 to go in the third. But Lorain's lead is single digits. And now Lorain's going to say, guys, we're not going to let you sit back in the zone. Naz Bohannon hangs on to the ball.
Interesting.
Got it to Devon Andrews. Or maybe they will let him sit back there. They're just taking their time. I don't know. 2 minutes to go in the third. Bohannon, he is going to drive. Kicks it out to Eddie. Eddie fakes the 3. Eddie gets around Geschke. Double team. Kicked it out to Davier Andrews. Lorain in no hurry. John Rossitano says, bring it back out.
Don't force anything. Make the easy pass, fellas, but don't stand either. Make yourself available.
Devon Andrews tried to throw it to Rashad Berry, I guess, but he threw it away.
You see, there's nothing there. I mean, that's defense. That has worked a few times earlier this year, but I mean, in that situation, that's not a good decision. There wasn't anything there.
Shane Smith, Kevin Davis, Anthony Summers back into the ball game.
Now they can cut it to 7 or 6.
Eddie Williamson, Rashad Berry, Devon Andrews take a seat on the bench. Luke Schaefer in the corner. Schaefer back up top into the game for the first time tonight. I don't even have a 43 on my roster for Medina.
5.
With a basketball drive again, they kick it out for Tyler King. 3-ball up, around rim, no good. Tip back up, Teskey, and he scored.
Well,
49-42, Medina within 7. Kevin Davis fakes the 3. 1:10 to go in the third. Out to Shane Smith. Smith with the basketball. Smith got it to Kevin Davis. Back to Shane Smith. Out to Kevin Davis. Under a minute to go in the quarter. Summers, 10-footer baseline.
Oh, big
score.
basket, big basket.
And it's 51-42. Pressure by Lorain. Medina in
travel.
And they don't call it. And
come on now.
Now they're going to call over and back on Medina. They missed an obvious travel. And then they do give an over and back. Coach Hassinger is going crazy over there. You better explain that to me.
Oh, he is excited. He's about to get teed up, Rob. I'm telling you, he's about to get teed up.
Well, he should have been.
His assistant's kind of restraining.
40 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Well, I would try to hold it. If they're going to sit back there and not pressure the basketball, now they're coming out a little bit, but I would try to hold it. I mean, let's shorten up the game.
30 seconds to go in the third. Jamar Ross with the basketball. Back to Davier Andrews.
You know, the key is here, strong cuts. You have to move so that you're available to relieve pressure.
Kevin Davis. Davis with it. Davis in between the circles. 13 seconds. Guarded by Tyler King. Davis driving in. Davis kicks it out. Jamar Ross, open 3, off the rim, no good. Rebound, tipped out of bounds by Shane Smith. Will be the Medina ball. 3.3 seconds to go in the corner. Inbounding is Schreck. Schreck got it to Teskey. Teskey gets it to Tyler King. Top of the key, 3, off the rim, no good. Our score after 3, it's Lorain 51. Medina 42. You're watching Boys Varsity Basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
The Warriors to Work program makes it possible for wounded warriors and their families to build new lives together.
When my dad left, I was like this big, but now I'm like this big. My dad got a master's degree in human resources.
Thanks to Warriors to Work that my dad has a terrific job.
The Wounded Warrior Project helps him by, giving him another start.
Now that my dad's home, I get a lot more hugs.
I'm really proud of him.
Find out more about Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home, the brave.
Is magic really magic? If a deal is too good to be true, well, don't be fooled. There is no magic. Credit Max Auto has a great selection of cars with fast, easy financing and payments you can afford. Check us out at creditmaxauto.com.
Start of the fourth quarter, and Bob, we've got a good one. Medina's cut into the lead from 12 down to 9. Lorain up by 9 heading into the fourth. What do they need to do here down the stretch?
Well, Devon's got to continue doing what he's been doing. He's got the ball right now, and he's back in the game.
Got it to his brother Davier, and he hits a baseline 3.
Big basket.
Davier's second 3-ball of the night. He's got 8 points. Devon and Davier Andrews, Rashad Berry, Nas Bohannon, and Eddie Williamson on the floor for Lorain to begin the fourth quarter. Zach Bennett, Luke Schaefer, Geschke, Teskey, and King on the floor for Medina. Rashad Berry just swats it away.
Well, that's good help side defense right there.
You know what I like about Lorain, Bob, is no matter what happens, they don't get rattled and they just play.
Yeah, you're right. They don't get rattled. I get rattled. They don't get rattled. We're going to get a holding call here. They ran that little out of bounds play for Teskey.
But how do you give Teskey two free throws on this?
There was no shot attempt there. There's no way, and it's not a bonus situation or anything like that. It's ball out of bounds.
Okay, I'm sorry. I misread the interpretation by the official. I thought he was indicating 2 shots. It'll be Luke Schaefer to inbounds. But that's what I like about them. Whether they get a call that they like or don't like, or somebody gets in foul trouble or whatever, they just play.
No, attitude, body language is all very positive.
Tyler King in the corner over Devon Andrews. It's short. Devon Andrews Good job on defense there. King missed the return, and Eddie Williamson has it. He'll get it ahead of Devon Andrews. He'll lob it for Barry. Slammed it home.
Barry, yeah.
At the other end, there's a shot blocked by Devon Andrews. Rashad Berry has it. Berry into the front court, lost it. Tyler King has it. Devon Andrews, be careful. He almost picked up his fourth. Cross-court pass, and Medina throws it away.
Wow, that was a flurry. Joe, that was an exciting 30 seconds right there. Devon, made the nice pass for Barry, then came down and, blocked the shot at the other end. I mean,
when they do those flurries, and I keep going with boxing analogies just because when I was younger, I liked boxing so much. But you see a fighter steal a round at the end of a round,
yes.
It's kind of like watching these Titans. Rashad Berry goes in and has it knocked away by Teskey. They get it ahead to Bennett. Bennett over around the defender. Bohannon missed the shot. Williamson got it. See, that doesn't come up on the stat sheet either, how they misdirect shots. They get it inside. Devon Andrews missed it. Tyler King comes away with it.
Teskey blocked that again.
And
that could be us.
Away.
That's us.
It is.
Come on now. Yeah, it is.
And Shrek replaces Tyler King.
Bohannon to inbounds. Timeout, Lorain. Lorain wants a full timeout. So with 6:16 to go, the Titans lead by 14, and it gives us another opportunity to tell you about the good folks down at Credit Max on Erie and Colorado Avenue on the east side of Lorain. They opened up their used car dealership there in the fall of 2014. See, you filed for bankruptcy, maybe you got recently divorced, laid off from your job, anything like that. Well, they don't just look at the credit score. They want to come in, they want to get to know you, they want to talk to you, they want to find a payment that you can afford. And then what they're going to do is match you up with a couple different cars that you can look at and give you a car that you can drive to and from work, give you reliable transportation, get you back on your feet, and that's what you need. And that's the people at Credit Max. Again, they are at Colorado and Erie on the east side of Lorain. Give them a call, 366-3066. That's 366-3066. There's the very fiery Chris Hassinger, the coach of Medina.
He's into it.
Yes.
So is John. I mean, our bench is as fiery as any. Both Mitch Gillum Jr. and John can get fired up.
Well, you're not going to out-intense. I don't know if that's a word, but I just said it. Out-intense John Ross.
No, he's into it.
Oh, it's fun to watch. This is good stuff tonight.
It is. This is fun.
Good non-league basketball.
Well, we're back up by 14. Let's have some patience. Make them play defense. No quick shots. Let's not shoot them back into the game.
Eddie Williamson to Davier Andrews against the zone. Rashad Berry running the lane, so was Devon Andrews.
Come on now.
They get it out to Davier Andrews. He'll drive in. Got it to Bohannon. Blocked by Teskey, and he came up with it. Now that's a good play by Teskey.
Yeah.
They get it ahead to Zach Bennett. Bennett over Rashad Berry, missed it. And a rebound, Bohannon, and he's going to be fouled by Luke Schaefer.
Yeah, we've got to do a better job of recovering. It's on transition defense, and we're the quicker, more athletic team. But it seems like Medina's beating us down the floor.
I want to make a point about what Teskey just did. What I like, sometimes you see guys block it into the first row and he blocked it to himself, and then came up with a rebound. That was a good play by Teskey. Williamson over the defense to Davier Andrews, right back to Bohannon.
Okay, now they're playing a 1-3-1 zone. A two-guard front here, which is what we have.
With Teskey in the middle. Eddie Williamson, bounce pass, baseline, Bohannon, double teamed out of that zone, and they steal it. Nice job by Medina. They get it ahead to Luke Schaefer. Schaefer's going to drive the lane. Schaefer's going to score.
Well, again, not getting back in defensive transition.
Has that been your biggest problem?
Yeah, that's my biggest problem. That was a big problem I had the other night against Warrensville.
Devon Andrews to his brother Davier behind the back with a dribble. Out to Eddie Williamson, wide open three ball, way short. Rebound, Naz Bohannon laid it in.
Naz bailed him out, but I just don't know if that's a good shot at this point. I mean, it's not like they're denying us from running an offense. Let's eat up some clock.
Teskey got away with carrying the ball right there. Up by 14, under 5 minutes to play. Back out Geschke for three. Got it. Ben Geschke got it, and in one motion, put it up and in. He's got 5, and Medina won't go away. They're down by 11, but 4.5 to play. This resembles the North Olmsted game in a way, Bob, and the fact that Lorain got out to the early lead tonight. They got out to that early big lead against North Olmsted, and then basically just kind of hung around the rest of the way. Bohannon puts it up and in.
Well done right there.
Yes, Bohannon with 10. Into the front court. Come the Bees. Back to Teskey. Top of the key three.
Teskey at the 7-footer hits a 3. Come on.
Now that's part of the reason that Michigan wants him.
Well, one of their assistants, Jay Ferguson, obviously from Lorain, has told me he could shoot the 3.
Well, he just proved it. Devon Andrews over Teskey.
Oh, that's the 4th time Devon has gone right at Teskey and scored.
Devon Andrews with 20. He'll look for 21 at the line.
Big basket.
Kevin Davis back in for Lorain. Shane Smith back in for Lorain.
Well, I'll tell you, I got to give Devon credit on all of those. And, he did it another time, too. He goes in with his body. He makes contact. And then, releases the basketball. I mean, it's just exactly how you're supposed to do it.
Tell you what else Devon Andrews has. Hang time.
Yeah, he does.
And he put that one up and in. Each team with just 2 fouls in this half. They have let him play, Bob. Teskey has it guarded by Barry. Got it to Luke Schaefer. Schaefer with a fadeaway in the paint. He hit it.
Too easy.
6'2" sophomore with 8 off the bench. 63-52. Lorain by 11. 3.5 minutes to play in the game. Kevin Davis into the front court. There's a steal by Schaefer. Gets it ahead to Zach Bennett. Zach Bennett has to run it down. Finds Schreck running the lane. Schreck put it up off the glass and in.
It's down to 9.
It is down to 9. And will John Rossitano use one of his 4 timeouts remaining? Or 3 timeouts, I should say. As of right now, no. Kevin Davis bounce pass stolen away. They need one.
I'd take one if
they
they score here.
Schaefer puts it up, no, and they're going to give a foul on the Titans. Or you can counter with bringing back some starters.
Wow. Every time I think we've got this game, we're up by 14 and I'm feeling pretty good, and I look up at the clock and, Medina climbs right back in it. I mean, you have to give them credit. They're really competing.
Free throw up and in. Schaefer with a free throw. He has 9 coming in. Williamson and Davier Andrews. Some of the games I've seen this year, the Lorain bench has played unbelievably well. Tonight has not been the case.
You're absolutely right.
When the starters come out, they have not gotten a lot off the bench tonight.
And Coach Roz just subbed his starting guards back into the game.
Schaefer makes them both.
Well, it's not getting back on defense. Too much standing down at the offensive end.
3:05 to play. Medina's within 7 at 63-56. Williamson into the front court. Bounce pass right side, Bohannon. Pass around Teskey, out of bounds. Another turnover off for Rashad Berry.
Wow.
That's 3 or 4 straight turnovers, and Mitch Gill Jr. up talking with John Rossitano.
Well, we're forcing things.
Teskey got it to Bennett. Bennett into the front court. Bennett back to Teskey. Got it to Schreck. A long 3 is an air ball. Okay, Rashad Berry came out to contest it, and it's an air ball. It's a good job by Rashad, recognizing Schreck wanted to take the shot. And now Medina's going to press. You would think this would help Lorain.
Well, you would. And Lorain High's press offense pretty good. They invite the trap, get the big guys out of the road, and play 2-on-1 off the trap. I mean, pretty well done. But even if you beat it, you have to be careful that you don't force anything. Everything from here on out, we're up by 7 with 2:43 left. There's got to be a high percentage shot.
Williamson with the basketball. Williamson just beat the 10-second clock. Got it to Rashad Berry, runs the baseline, blocked by Teskey. And here come the Bees, down by 7 with the ball. There's 2:28 to go in the game. A 3 from Schreck in the corner. Mr. Teskey with the return, no good. Nas Bohannon got it. He'll clear it out to Davier Andrews. Ahead to Rashad Berry. Back to Devon. Scoops and scores.
Who took the timeout? Lorain High?
I don't know. All right.
Our timeout, says Joe Bach.
Joe Bach says timeout, Lorain. I was marking my score sheet. And that means each team has 2 timeouts remaining. You have to get a look at John Rossitano and his staff over there talking with the Titans. Titans are undefeated, 12-0. Medina 5-4. And John told me before the game this would be a real test for his team. He saw them play Shaker Heights, saw the film, saw them play a couple of times this year. And I know John was very impressed with this Medina team.
Yeah, well, they pass and catch very well. They're well coached. They're organized. They play with a purpose. And, you know, we're seeing the big kid here. I mean, he has really altered, you know, our offensive situation. We've done a couple of things just right, and he's come up with the big block. I've got 5 blocks in my head in this half.
They're a relatively young team, too,
Yeah.
Bob. As you look at it, Schreck and, you know, Schreck and Bennett are seniors, but the big guy's a junior.
Yep.
Geschke's a sophomore. Schaefer off the bench with 10 as a sophomore.
Right.
So I tell you what, next year this Medina B team will be very, very good. In the backcourt, 2:10 to play in the game. Medina down by 9. It's a 3-possession game. Bennett gets it into the front court, handed off to Geschke. Man-to-man defense for the Titans. Screened by Teske. Teske got it. He'll drive to the basketball. Hand knocked it away. It's out of bounds to Medina. Wow. So Hassinger wanted a foul, didn't get it. Be Medina to inbounds. Inbounded. They get the basketball to Schreck. Schreck at the foul line. Schreck into the paint. Schreck around Rashad Berry, and he scored. Wow. 7-point game. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. Williamson into the front court, knocked away, and we're going to get an over and back on Williamson. See, another turnover on the Titans. I'm surprised with the amount of turnovers on the range.
Well, off the ball, we're standing and defending ourselves. You've got to see Eddie's in trouble up there, about to get trapped, and 1 pass or 2 passes away, you have to flash into the middle, make yourself available, and relieve the pressure.
With the basketball, they get it inside to Schaefer. Schaefer over Bohannon, put it up, no good rebound, Rashad Berry. That's a big miss there. A minute and a half to go. Devon Andrews has it. Andrews will get around Schreck. He's fouled, but neither team close to the bonus here. This could hurt Medina down the stretch.
Yeah, well, you know, they're overplaying. They've decided they've obviously at this point in the game have got to put some heat on the ball. And we've got, again, off the ball, make ourselves available to relieve pressure. We're standing behind the defense, defending ourselves.
Medina just brought in their designated foulers and King and Morrow into the game. Schreck in the backcourt. Schreck's going to get called for the foul on Devon Andrews.
Okay, I like Devon at the line right here.
Well, again, they're not close to the bonus.
Oh, that's right.
So it's just the 4th team foul on Medina. With 1:21 to go, they've got to foul Lorain 3 more times before they put him at the line. Morrow gets it ahead to Eddie Williamson. Williamson cross-court Bohannon. Back outside to Davier Andrews, and Davier Andrews is going to be fouled. And that foul on Delonte Morrow, his first, team's 5th. 1:12 to go. John Rossitano might be letting them know, hey, watch for an intentional. Talking to the ref. Bohannon got it to Devon Andrews, back to Bohannon. Bohannon on the 3-point line. Devon Andrews back to Naz Bohannon. Bohannon and Andrews play catch. Titans playing keep away. In the corner, Davier Andrews has it. Under a minute to go. Devon Andrews split the defense. He's going to be fouled. That'll be the 16th foul on Medina.
Medina foul by Zach Bennett is his first, 6th on the team. Luke
Well,
Schreiber replaces Tyler King.
I want to get the ball to a free throw shooter. I mean, I like the way Devon stroked those earlier in the game. I wouldn't mind seeing Devon getting this inbounds pass. I think he's going to get fouled.
58 seconds to go. Next foul on Medina puts Lorain in the bonus. Inbounds Davier Andrews. He's the best free throw shooter out of the starters, and they foul him in the backcourt. 74%. They got it to the right guy percentage-wise, and that foul on Zach Bennett.
Zach Bennett is his 2nd. Team 7.
Schreck will come in.
Schreck replaces
Delonte Morrow comes out. They were playing offense-defense there.
At the line for Lorain is
and it will be
1-1.
Davier Andrews coming in. Davier Andrews at the line for a 1-1. In and out. Rebound comes down to Zach Bennett and Medina. 2 timeouts for the Bees. Bennett into the front court, got it inside to Schaefer, back to Schreck. The 15-footer is good. Timeout, Medina.
Wow.
Medina did it very well.
Yeah, they sure did.
They're within 5 with 46 seconds to go, 65-60. Coach Hassinger and his staff there with the Medina Bees.
I'll tell you, they attack pretty well. They pass, catch, they make themselves available. I'm very impressed with the way they've come out. Medina has played this second half, no doubt about it.
They trailed by as many as 14 in the second half. They now trail by 5, 65-60. They only have one timeout remaining. I know we had to take timeouts early because they were really struggling, down by 16 in the first half, but calling those 3 timeouts in a little more than the first quarter might come back and hurt Medina, because you can only stop the clock one more time, Bob.
Right, but I think the Medina coaching staff felt, hey, I better use these timeouts, to try to weather the storm. Otherwise, we'll never even be in a position to make it.
Understood.
Right now, obviously, I think they're going to play defense on the first pass, and then they're going to foul. We're going to have to make free throws here.
And that's not a strength of Lorain.
No, it's
team
not.
Shooting 61%. 65-60, Lorain with 46 seconds to go. Bohannon to inbound, and what? A holding foul on the inbounds. It's going to be on the Medina Bees. I think Eddie Williamson will go to the line. And a foul on Tyler King.
Is his
second foul. Eddie Williamson at the line for a 1-and-1. The point guard, 58% this year at the line.
I'd get 2 guys back here.
Is Eddie Williamson. 14 out of 24 from the foul line this year. 58%. The senior point guard. In and out, offensive rebound, Rashad Berry, and he's fouled.
Wow.
Absolutely huge the way they get the offensive boards.
Rashad gets after it on the glass.
Isaac Bennett is his third, 9th on the team. Rashad Berry at the line.
So Rashad Berry at the line for 2.
Well, come on, Rashad.
Rashad puts it up.
Yeah.
And in. The only free throw he missed tonight was the one that got taken away because of the lane violation. He's done an excellent job at the line tonight. 66-60.
Make this one, it's a 3-possession game, yes.
And he does just that. And with 1 timeout remaining, a 3-possession game is big. 40 seconds to go. Titans by 7. Geschke gets it into the front court. Schaefer lost it, tipped away to Bohannon. Bohannon's going to run the lane, put it up. Yes!
Yeah!
And that ought to do it.
That'll do it.
Bohannon with a dozen. He'll look for 13 at the line.
Wow. Oh, Jesus.
By Luke Schaefer. This is second, team 10.
So Bohannon at the line with 32 seconds to go, and that will send some of the Medina faithful home. So Bohannon's basket there clears the parking lot. And he misses the free throw. Rebound comes down to Zach Bennett. Bennett got it ahead to Schaefer. Schaefer on the 3-point line. Dribbles in, put it up and in. And there's the final timeout for Medina. So Medina takes their final timeout. 25.2 seconds to go. The Bees trail the Titans by 7, 69-62.
Well, I think we're in pretty good shape here, but let's get the ball to, free throw shooter, either the Andrews. I'd like to see get the inbounds pass, because the Medina coaching staff has just subbed and, as you said before, put in designated foulers. So they're going to foul immediately. We're going to have to make a free throw. We will be in the double bonus, though, and that's a plus. Joe Bach is pointing at the monitor at Jay Ferguson. Is that who you're focusing on?
Yes, there's Jay Ferguson.
Of course, has done many games with us here at Channel 20. He retired from Lorain. I know he subs in Lorain. Math teacher, has been the assistant out here for the last couple years.
Yeah, it came down with what? When Anthony Stacy came down, I believe, and part of that. So good to see Jay Ferguson, and thanking him. He gave us some stats from Medina tonight. So thanks to Jay. They've got Keith Soy. You might have seen him in your picture there. Former Medina head coach, former Elyria head coach. Keith Soy on the staff.
I just noticed that.
I mean, who isn't on the staff? There's about 8 gray polo shirts over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Bohannon inbound to Davier Andrews. Got it ahead to Eddie Williamson. Eddie Williamson to Devon Andrews. Devon Andrews is going to drive, lay it up, and in.
Wow. Well done by Devon, but, technically should have brought that one out.
Right, spinning and getting it outside. Tyler King, 3-ball up and in, but they can't stop the clock. Can't stop it. and Lorain will just let the time run out, but they will inbound it, and that will do it for the game. So our final score tonight, after that 3-ball by King, but again, Medina could not stop the clock. Our final score, it was Lorain 71, Medina 65. We'll be back. We'll wrap things up from Medina High School right after this timeout. You've been watching boys varsity basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
Why do you let car dealers treat you like you're stupid? Just because you've had credit problems doesn't mean you're stupid. CreditMax Auto treats you with dignity and respect. We have a great selection of cars with fast, easy financing and payments you can afford. Check us out at creditmaxauto.com.
Veterans benefits earned through your service in the National Guard or Reserve can offer a range of support.
I wouldn't be here today as a successful woman without the help that I received.
From home loans to job training, go to benefits.va.gov/Guard Reserve to find out more, even how to apply online using e-benefits.
This is one of the best things I ever did in my life.
We were very fortunate to have these benefits, so we definitely ought to use them.
Achieve your next mission. Learn about your VA benefits today.
And welcome back to Medina. Rob Polinsky along with Bob Braskich, Joe Bach doing all the camera work tonight, where the Lorain Titans stay undefeated. They go to 13-0. It was a hard-fought win, 71-65 over Medina. The Medina Bees will drop to 5-5. Junior varsity tonight, Lorain suffers their first loss of the season. They lose 68-59 to Medina, and the freshmen lost a close game as well to the Medina Bees, but most importantly, the varsity stays undefeated, 13-0. But Bob, it wasn't easy. Lorain got out to the first quarter lead, but Medina kept coming and coming and coming, and they cut it to 6 at the end.
I mean, sometimes you just have to give the opposition a lot of credit. I mean, I have a lot of respect for the way Medina played tonight. And then, as the game was unfolding, Rob, I started to think that this is how their conference plays. They're in the Northeast Ohio Conference. I mean, obviously the toughest conference in our area. They're playing with Shaker, they're playing with Menor, they're playing with Garfield Heights every week, and that's why they were accustomed and they became comfortable in this game. But my hat's off to them. They handled the ball better than I thought they would. They played defense in the second half better than I thought they would. But Lorain, and you pointed it out, Rob, we didn't get rattled. Every time they made a run, we came back with a big play. At no point in time did we lose composure. And, every time I got nervous and the score was cut to 7 or so, we made a couple of big plays. So, hats off for Lorain to, for really doing what good teams do. I mean, you make runs at them and they come right back at you.
They didn't get a lot of contributions from the bench tonight.
No.
They have previously in the year. Devon Andrews had a super game, 25 points. And Bob, what could he have done if he would have played? I mean, the first half, he was on the bench most of the first half with 3 fouls, but I thought of Key, and you mentioned it too, he never got that 4th foul.
Right, he had to stay on the floor in the second half, and he did. I mean, that was key. I still think that was, what Devon did. I mean, that was big time, the way he attacked the 7-footer and, and scored 4 times. I mean, easier said than done.
Let's recap some of this. After one, Lorain led 21-14. They led at half 37-25. Medina started their comeback in the second half. They cut it to 9 after 3 at 51-42. They outscored Lorain 23-20 in the fourth quarter, but too little too late, and Lorain wins it 71-65. So for the second consecutive game, an opponent scores over 20 points in the fourth quarter. Warrensville outscored Lorain 28-16 last Friday night in the fourth, but again, too little too late. Individually for the Titans, it was Davier Andrews with 8. Devon Andrews had 25. Rashad Berry 13. Naz Bohannon 12. 58 points from the starting 5. Off the bench, Kevin Davis 5. Jamar Ross 3. Shane Smith 2. And Fernie Summers 3. 13 off the bench, 58 from the starters gives Lorain 71. For the Medina Bees tonight, Ben Geschke had 5. Evan Schreck with 20. Zach Bennett had 14. John Teskey, the 7-footer, who's going to Michigan, at least verbally he is so far, the junior, was held scoreless in the first half, had 7 points in the second half, but I never thought he was a huge factor in this game. Tyler King was 7. 53 points from the starting 5. Off the bench, Luke Schaefer had 12. 12 off the bench, 53 from the starters, gives Lorain a total of 65. And Bob, the big week for Lorain continues.
Oh, it's coming up this Friday.
This Friday night, they will come home to take on Bedford. The Bearcats at Lorain get there early. We're going to have a freshman JV varsity triple header for you this Friday night on WLCS TV 20. And then Saturday night, the backyard rivalry with Lorain hosting Clearview. We'll have both games on WLCS TV 20. A big weekend, a home weekend Friday and Saturday. Bob, should be great crowds and a great atmosphere with Bedford coming on Friday and Clearview on Saturday.
Well, both Bedford and Lorain High undefeated in the league. I mean, this is the game up to as of this point of the season.
A lot of people to thank. Want to thank Joe Bach for everything. Bob, always great to work with you.
I want to thank you.
Appreciate it. Good
My
job
pleasure.
again tonight. And want to thank Jeff Harrison, the Medina AD, for letting us come down here. Brian Corey for all his help. And, of course, Jay Ferguson, our friend that's the assistant coach here at Medina. He helped us out as well. Most of all, we want to thank you for watching and remind you one more time, the Titans stay undefeated. The final score, it was Lorain 71, Medina 65. This is Rob Polinsky saying, have a good night, everybody.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.